Now, my brother and I get asked all the time what it was like growing up with a famous person, and the reality of it was we kind of were surrounded by famous people growing up. We just thought that it was normal for people to ask your entire family for their autographs at dinner when we went out. I mean, of course, you had Ozzie and Harriet, our Uncle Dave, our dad, and on our mom's side, our mom, Kristen, she was the oldest of the Harmon kids. So let me see, growing up, our grandfather, Tom Harmon, had won the Heisman Trophy at Michigan in 1940, big footballer. And our grandmother, Nino, we called her Nino, was Elise Knox. She, I guess Life magazine gave her the honor of being, she was the most beautiful woman in the world, according to Life magazine in 1940. She was a film star. And then, of course, there was our mom, Chris, our Aunt Kelly, the Tic Tac lady. She was the middle Harmon kid at the time. And then our uncle, who was playing football at UCLA when we were growing up. And he kind of hung around our grandfather, Ozzie, and decided he wanted to act. And we're kind of glad he did, because he wound up being Gibbs on NCIS. You might know Mark Harmon. That's our uncle.
That's right, ladies. We're going to be auctioning off Uncle Mark's cell phone number at the merch table right after the show. It is a big seller. He really appreciates it when you call him late at night.
Exactly. But I guess, you know, and he married Pam Dauber, right? From Mark and Mindy? So it's Mark and Mindy, I know. I'm here all week. But, you know, that was kind of fun growing up, because we also didn't know that the people that hung out at the Nelson House, you know, our dad's show, the Ozzie and Harriet show, ended its run in Oh, is somebody leaving to go to the bathroom during our show?
Yeah.
Okay. We got something for that person right there.
Going to the bathroom in the middle of our show. Going to the bathroom and now everybody knows. Take some time, no we don't mind, no we don't think it's rude. But while you're gone, we'll wonder if it's number 1 or 2. You don't want to hear the second verse. The third verse is guaranteed to get us excommunicated.
That's right. But anyways, at our house, you know, we grew up with these people hanging around. We didn't know that they were famous people. We just thought they were people. I mean, the guy with the crazy hair that would never leave was Bob Dylan. Our neighbor from next door, we called him Uncle George. He had breakfast with us every day for a whole year when he rented the house next door. Uncle George was George Harrison from the Beatles. And our babysitter was Mama Cass Elliot from the Mamas and Papas. That was our life.
We were hungry for years.
Oh.
She would have thought that was hysterical.
I don't know what they're so sensitive. Everybody's so sensitive these days.
I know, for real. Everyone gets their feelings hurt nowadays.
I know, just
comedians can't even be funny anymore.
You have to be politically correct.
Well, we are Nelsons. We actually do not want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so if you're feeling really vulnerable and really sensitive, and I say something up here that offends you, deal with it.
So anyways, growing up around our house, that was the normal thing. And it was those people that were our dad's friends, we found out growing up in the late 60s, that encouraged him to come back out well, he'd retired, I should say this, when the Ozzie and Harriet show ended. And it was encouragement by people. It was actually Bob Dylan that challenged him to write songs, and he put together a band, our dad did, called the Stone Canyon Band, which was one of the very first country rock bands ever. That whole thing that came out of Southern California that gave birth to, you know, it was the Byrds, the Hollies, Jackson Browne, Joni Mitchell. Our dad's bass player, Randy, went on to form a little band. You should really look them up. They're called the Eagles. They're really good. So that's the stuff that we grew up with. But anyways, I think that our dad, you know, these are the people that felt like they owed our father, Ricky Nelson, a debt of gratitude and brought him out of retirement. I'm glad they did, and we're going to let them talk about him. Check this out. Check out your screens now.